Welcome back. You are listening to the Tuttle Group Radio Hour. I am your host, Andy Tuttle, NMLS number 184325, branch manager at the Tuttle Group at Fairway Mortgage. Remember, if you want to reach me during or after the show, I have questions for any of our guests, you can call or text 469-319-0660 or go to thetuttlegroup.com with us right now. We're going to have a little fun. I told you, we're always talking finance and real estate and all these serious topics, but now it's the holiday season. Christmas is right around the corner. It's next week, for goodness sakes. And then we've got Hanukkah coming around the same time. And then after that, of course, the most famous of holidays, Festivus, for the rest of us. So we've got a lot to talk about around movies today. And we have a film buff, actually a producer, and there's a lot of other things I'm going to learn about her, and you will too. It is Libby Hunt of Libby'sMovieHunt.com. Libby, welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome. Thanks, Andy.
Yes,
Thanks for welcoming me.
We can all welcome each other. It's great.
Yes.
And then Chris Oleg is here. We'll be talking to him more in the second half of our show. He is one of the most innovative brokers, real estate brokers in town. But get ready. I'm going to ask you some questions about movies, buddy. Okay. So you better start getting on your phone and get prepared.
Yeah, because I'm not prepared enough.
I know. I love that. I love the look on your face. I love it right
Panic.
now. So, Libby, first of all, what is your background?
Okay. I was a theater major, and then I ended up in radio and television broadcasting. Got out of school, did a little acting here in Dallas, but then I needed a real job. So I became a teacher, got married, had kids. When I turned 50, I decided this was my second act. I'm going to take it up again. So I started acting again here in Dallas. I signed with the Klutz Agency. And I've always gone to see a lot of movies. And so in all my acting classes, and everybody kept going, Libby, I get calls all the time about what I should go see. So they said, you should write a blog. Well, I didn't even really know what a blog was. You know, I'm a little behind in the technical era. So I started blogging, put it up on Facebook, and then all these radio stations started calling me and saying, come on our show. And then Real News Communications Network asked me to have a podcast. Now I'm over at watchonairlive.com doing a podcast, and I'm on YouTube, Facebook. You can find me anywhere, Libby's Movie Hunt. And I basically talk about movies.
So you were able to say, hey, you know what? I like talking about movies. I got to talk to somebody about them. Mm-hmm. So now you just talk to everyone about
anybody.
them.
I'll talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere about movies. I love it. It's my passion.
That is fantastic.
So it's fun, and it's so fun to find, looking 50 in the rearview mirror, just to find something that I am passionate about to be working on and having fun with. So,
well, it can't be too far in the rearview mirror. You look great.
Thank you.
Yes.
I shouldn't say my age, should I?
I break all convention. It's fine. It's fine. You can break all convention here. So, what are some of your favorite movies?
As movies, as far as just general, not holiday.
Just general.
My favorite, people always ask me this, and it's not everybody else's favorite. My favorite movie of all time is Out of Africa with Meryl Streep and Robert Redford.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know why. It just touched me some way. I don't know. I just loved it. There's something about that movie that's just heartbreaking and beautiful and I love visually stunning movies.
Right. And I'll tell you, sometimes too, and you know this very well, sometimes you get into what's great about movies, one of the great things is if it hits you at a certain time in your life, you could be with someone else watching the same movie that maybe even likes the same type of movies. They're just not going to feel as connected with it as you are.
Well, of course, the first movie that ever really touched me was Wizard of Oz. I mean, everybody has something like that touched them. Yeah. But I just love movies. I like all kinds of movies. I especially like independent films. They're my favorite, which is kind of weird. Like I like Pulp Fiction. I like Scarface. I mean, I like them all.
Those are good. My favorite when I was I don't know how long ago this came out, but on VHS I had Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, it's in my top 10.
It's got to be. It's my it goes between my top 5 and my top 3, just depending on.
What's your top?
Well, I'd have to really think about that, but I can tell you so let me finish my Shawshank Redemption thing. Get me off track here, because I wore that VHS out. I would literally watch that every day, every night before I went to bed, and I would just watch it till I went to sleep, and then stop it right before bed. I'd watch like 20, 30 minutes, and I probably watched that thing 200 to 300 times. I mean, until the VHS literally just the tape popped. That's how long ago it was. So it was fantastic. But I think, I would have to really think about my top 3 and look at that, because I know Shawshank Redemption is always the one that comes up. I really like Scarface. Mm-hmm. I like that whole Al Pacino era. I actually like a movie, it's probably my top 10, called Husbands, because it's an older movie. It was actually played Columbo. Peter Falk was in it, and it was
yes.
a very unique movie, but it was just an interesting story.
I don't remember that movie. Really. I mean, I remember it, but not.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We don't have time, but some good movies.
We could talk movies for an hour.
And then I bought this guy because he never saw. What did I buy you?
Goonies.
Goonies, because it's a kid's classic, and he never saw this.
Don't you love it?
It was great.
So cute. Josh Brolin when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yes. So good.
And the Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they were talking about the Truffle Shuffle one day, and I was clueless, and he looked at me like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." He's like, "You've never seen Goonies?"
Yes.
So next time I saw him, he had Goonies in hand.
It's a classic.
Top 3 comedies, Three Amigos. Thank you very much, because I'm a cultured man.
That's great too. Steve Martin.
Oh my
the
God.
best. Yeah.
The whole crew with Martin Short.
I'm so glad to know you're such a movie fan.
love.
We're gonna have to talk about movies again.
We'll have to do it.
I think so.
This is a real estate and finance show. This is
We're just having some fun.
We're just having some fun. It's the holidays. What are you going to do? If you do have questions for me or my guests, 469-319-0660. What are some of your favorite movies? Give me a text. Text that number, 469-319-0660. We'd like to hear from you with some of your favorite movies. Now, Libby, let's turn to classic Christmas movies. What are some of the best all-time classic Christmas movies?
I want to see if you'll agree with me. The top 2, to me, I have to watch every Christmas. It's not Christmas if I don't see them. It's A Wonderful Life, James Stewart, Frank Capra.
Yes.
And A White Christmas, Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye. Have to see those 2.
I would say, first of all, I think everyone in the world agrees, except for the people that have seen it so much now that they can't stand it anymore. I still love that movie. I love that they play it on marathon every year. It's a Wonderful Life is the best. White Christmas is definitely in the top 5. Top 5, and especially musicals. I don't even know if there's one that matches it. It's great, but I would put A Christmas Story above that.
Okay, well that's on. I googled actually
one, right?
today.
Yeah.
I googled top Christmas movie, and that was number 1 on all the lists. But see, that was such a hit, and I just found that movie kind of boring. But it is such a sweet story. He wants to be begun for Christmas. No, you're going to.
It hit me when I was a kid, talking about hitting you at a certain time in your life. I mean, that hit me right.
Right. But it's so good.
What else? What else you got? What else is classic?
Don't you think Elf with Will Ferrell?
Totally.
Hilarious. That's probably in my maybe top 10 or 20 movies. It's hysterical.
This is the best. He's sitting in Bob Newhart's lab.
Yeah.
This is huge. Guy is the best.
That National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Pretty good. I've never seen Holiday Inn, and actually I'm going to go see it next week. It's playing at the Magnolia. They show old movies on Tuesday night with Bing Crosby. So
yes. Oh, I've seen
supposed
Holiday
to be good.
Inn. Yeah, that is a good one. You like that one?
Yes. It's a great one. I can't. And then Miracle on 34th Street with the young Natalie Wood. That's a classic.
Yes. You know what another one is that I like a lot? It's a really great movie, The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes, it's cute.
They did such a great job of telling the story of the actual Christmas Carol. You know, they did such a good job of retelling that. I thought it was beautiful. Okay, so now switching. We've got Christmas classics. Now, are there any ones? You get one more to share.
One more.
If you
what
have
about the Grinch with Jim Carrey? The Scrooge.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
No, I thought it was a little weird.
Kind of weird, but clever. But I like Jim Carrey or Will Ferrell in anything. I like that slapstick kind of goofy.
Yeah, but it was like dirty. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just like the way it looked was
right.
just awkward and dirty. It was just weird.
But it's pretty cute. I don't know.
Okay, so now let's turn.
Okay.
What are the top movies right now?
Okay.
That's playing right now.
Right now.
To see.
Okay.
Besides, obviously, Star Wars Rogue One, because you have to see that. Don't even look at me like that, Chris. Please mute his mic and kick him out.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Most guys are. Yes.
I tried. I tried.
You don't get them?
I couldn't do it.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not a huge
Hurt
science
my feelings.
fiction fan, but I go see them all, and I'm going to go see it tonight.
You got to. Yes.
I get to screen a lot of things early, and I didn't get to screen that one early, so I'm going tonight.
Good for you. So what are the top ones?
Top movie out right now is, Lion with Dev Patel and Nicole Kidman. It's about that kid. It's a true story. He was adopted from India. He got lost, and when he was 25, memories came back, and he went back to India and found his family. It's so good.
Okay.
It'll be nominated for Best Picture.
And this is good. Family? Can the family go to this?
Yes, the whole family can. Really sweet, good story. It's Oscars all around. Okay. The best movie of the year, and I don't know if it's still out, but it'll be nominated, is Hell or High Water with Jeff Bridges. The guy who did Sicario did it.
Yes, that's right.
It's just the best movie of the year.
I've not seen that either. I got to write that down.
Manchester by the Sea with Casey Affleck is getting a lot of buzz, but it is a very sad movie.
Right.
I mean, so if you're in the mood to be sad, but it's very good, beautiful musical score. He'll be nominated.
Yes, looks like he will. I know Matt Damon was originally going to star, but he gave it to his old.
He produced it.
He did produce it because he gave it to his old writer friend as a comeback movie to write and direct. And apparently, it's getting very highly reviewed.
Oscars all around. Hacksaw Ridge with Mel Gibson. I mean, directed it. Fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, true story about the kid that didn't want to use arms and he went to war and saved all these people.
It was, he didn't want to use any firearms. And then I'll tell you, I saw the first half of that movie it's a little slow, but it's character developing and getting it. And then it gets into it. And it is actually a lot more gory.
Very gory.
It is not one for the family.
I was going like
the
this
young
whole
kids
time. Hands up over my eyes.
Yeah, it gets a little violent. I mean, it's real, though, but it is powerful.
Very good.
All right, one more. One more that you got must see.
This is so hard. Okay, there's a movie out right now. It's not for everybody. It's Tom Ford, the designer, did this movie Nocturnal Animals with Amy Adams, and it's the best movie out right now. It's a psychological thriller. She's married to Armie Hammer, but the actor. But before she'd been married to Jake Gyllenhaal. He writes this book about her nocturnal animals and sends it to her to read. So it's a story within a story. It's so good.
Okay, interesting. I like it. Well,
so good.
Libby, I'll tell you, if you go to her site, libbysmoviehunt.com, you'll get a different rating system. Oscar worthy, and then it's like popcorn
worthy, half popped, and bag full of kernels.
That's great. If you want to go get her reviews, find out more about her, go to libbysmoviehunt.com or go check out some of her best suggestions. And you can actually get some of her movie suggestions and her favorite movies right on her homepage. Libby, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'll come back anytime and talk movies.
Yeah, it's great. Well, we'll talk it offline if nothing else. That's great, too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and coming up next, we're going to get with Chris Oleg. We are doing our Realtor of the Month Spotlight for not only his work in being innovative in the real estate space, but also his heart and what he's doing for the community. Find out what that is next.